Hello?
Good day.
Oh, cool! You can talk!
You look like a person.
Oh?
How is it that you retain your appearance? Are you special?
I'm a little hazy on the details.
As are we all.
So, whose heart are you?
No one's anymore. They took away my name. Everything about me.
No way! They couldn't have taken away your heart.
Only because it pines for another.
Yeah? Someone's coming for you?
I cannot be certain. He's been changed beyond recognition. His heart replaced with another's. But, were he to regain his old self again, he would be distressed by my absence. So I choose to wait here, where he can find me.
Oh. Good. You have to believe.
Believe? Oh, you mean know in my heart he will return? Without any proof?
Exactly. Believe. I thought it was all over for me, but a friend of mine looked me in the eye and said, "You don't believe that." So, who did this to you? Heartless steal hearts? So, a nobody?
Somebody.
Really? Well, I wish I could help, but my situation's no better.
You must see to the tasks before you first.
The tasks before me? There's so many.
All the more reason for you to make an effort.
Yeah, you're right. I just wish I knew what to do.
Here you are on the brink, and yet you hold on to who you are. You possess a strong sense of purpose, and in that purpose you will find direction.
Thank you. I'm really glad we met. You cheer me up. I hope that friend of yours finds you soon.
Thank you. Me too.
Oh, hey! If I see him, I'll tell him that you're here. What's his name? Huh?
Our secret.
Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 3, and, yeah, to kind of talk about that cutscene we just witnessed right then and there, that only happens if you, revisit the Keyblade Graveyard in the post-game, and then access the final world, and from there you can pretty much find, the Nameless Star, as she is called. But, yeah, to kind of spoil things a little bit here, you know, the fact that, someone she loves is looking for her, and the fact that something took away her name and very identity. Yeah, that was Yozora's girlfriend. Who exactly she is, we have no idea just yet. I mean, if you are pretty much going to use your Final Fantasy Versus 13, you know, knowledge, she is basically meant to be a stand-in for Stella. It's taking all of my willpower not to go full-on Marlon Brando right there, but, yeah. To kind of not give the game away yet, it's entirely possible that, well, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what her name in, you know, the Kingdom Hearts universe is, as opposed to, you know, the character she was initially meant to represent in Final Fantasy, Versus 13, so, yeah, I think I might save that for a little bit later, but needless to say, yeah, does kind of create a bit of interesting, mythology-esque, implications for, well, the Gargus robots, as in, you know, the powers that Yozora was fighting. If that cutscene, you know, from the Toy Story world is meant to be believed, where, you know, the Gargus are responsible for separating those two lovers. Yeah, it does make for a pretty interesting parallel. But I mean, again, I suppose to talk about anything else in regards to stripping away their name and identity, it's entirely possible, I suppose, that despite the fact that she kept her heart, that maybe there might have been more of a crossover between, you know, Light and Darkness and, well, you know, our world and Quadratum, than in fact we might even have to believe, so... I mean, again, I'm not really too sure if they're going to go further with the concept of the nobodies going forward into the future, but... yeah, is it entirely possible that Yzora's girlfriend is a nobody? Or at least became a nobody, but... yeah, she wasn't able to keep her form except for what vestigial remains of her heart. It is quite curious, but again, we will be seeing a bit of interplay between, well, at least one nobody in the next part, and, well, one who is at least well familiar with Quadratum and Yzora's world. So yeah, that remains to be seen, but anyway, I didn't really have any other place to sort of slot that cutscene in, so yeah, I figured in the interim we might as well get an update on what the real Sora was doing, while we also have, you know, Data Sora battling it out with the rest of the organization members. So don't worry, there are deaths to behold, things to be found, and, yeah, Loxine. Yeah, she's, very lively and quick on her feet, but, all that aside though, it's really just, you know, nothing to worry about. I mean, again, this is a far cry from that one boss fight in Chain of Memories where you pretty much had no choice but to say it before you fought her again, and, yeah. Yes, you're giving her a taste of the light, blinding her. This next fight, however, and, oh boy, how fitting since I was talking about, Yzora's world. Yeah, to coin a slight little spoiler here, it seems that Luxord might indeed have a little something to do with that. Perhaps that wildcard he gave us may have something more than it offers, but... yeah, this battle harkens back to, you know, the card-based battles of Kingdom Hearts 2, so in this case, yeah, both, both Sora and, Luxord basically have, you know, time. Again, you gotta make sure that your health doesn't run out, but in turn you also need to decrease, you know, both players' time. In this case, it's basically playing a whole bunch of games revolving around the cards, so, yeah, hit the circle, avoid the X's, and make sure you hit them all, and then, well, you pretty much have another chance to hit Luxord, decrease his time, and then you win the game. But if you fail to catch it in time, well, then you pretty much take some hits, and your health goes down, your time goes down, and, yeah, I do apologize if you wanted a more comprehensive look at this battle, but, quite frankly, my earlier attempts sucked, and, you know, I wasn't gonna waste, like, several fucking eons of hard drive space on, you know, my various attempts to get Luxord down, so, the only thing you're not going to be seeing here is Luxord's desperation move, where he pretty much surrounds the entire arena in cards and hides among them, forcing you to pick between the cards, although you did technically see a piece of that during the Keyblade Graveyard segment, so yeah, I guess you technically did see a much more passive version of that, but either way, it's definitely more of a gimmick battle and one that a lot of people are a little bit sour on, especially compared to Kingdom Hearts 2, where you could utilize your reaction commands to really sort of put Luxord in his paces. Particularly if you happen to call it right and, you know, fling all his cards back at him in sick as hell gambler style. But yeah, all that aside though, I will say that in terms of like, you know, game fighting combo mechanics, yeah, combat utilizing cards, as whether as physical weapons or in, you know, weird metaphysical ways like this. Always an enjoyable, gameplay style on my end. I don't know why, I just like card users, they're just fucking sick. I don't know, maybe it just ties back to my desire to be a slick-as-hell gambler, even though I have absolutely no sense of a poker face, nor many skills at, you know, magician-style tricks whatsoever. But yeah, rather unfortunately, I don't tend to do very well, and, again, if you happen to run out of time as opposed to losing all of your health, and, you do pretty much enter a state of where Sora pretty much folds his arms and goes, "Nah, mate, I'm afraid you lost. Nah, mate." Yeah, not really too much you can really do on this stage. By the way, I did learn that when he does that little, like, you know, card cross-sight thing, that apparently if you do block it correctly and then go on the offensive on Luxord, you can actually get a few extra hits on him, which is something I didn't really learn until I was, you know, looking up a couple of gameplay videos. Bit of a shame, really, that I didn't quite get down to slick a take as I otherwise would've, but whatever, I'm just pretty much showing you exactly what you're gonna be up against, and, yes, indeed, what you will face if you decide to pick up Kingdom Hearts 3 for yourself. But yeah, the biggest bane of Luxord's boss fight is that even in moments where you think you can hit him, you know, like when he's too busy flipping the cards around, he pretty much has this, no, you can't hit me, mist barrier about his body, so he'll pretty much just have your attacks like phase right through him. So yeah, it's a bit of a pisser, but whatever. It's just all to do with the game that you must play, and if you fail, well, your penalty game is, nah mate, I'm afraid you lost. Nah mate. Which, quite frankly, out of everything you could suffer, greed of avarice, having your eyes turn into pixelated blocks, I don't know, hearing your heartbeat constantly, or, I don't know, suffering a mind crush, truly, hearing the nah mate is the most gruesome penalty game of all. Unless, of course, you're setting yourself on fire via a high-proof vodka bottle, in which case, oh, truly, he suffered the worst fate, did our Jiro the Spider. What am I talking about? Nobody will have any idea. But nah, mate, I'm afraid you lost. That's what I'm like when you don't get me jokes and references. I'm just like, nah, mate. There, that's the end of Luke's sword. So, who was our next competitor? Ah, Marluxia. So here we do get a rather sick remix of, it's not, Lord of the Castle, I think. Scythe of Petals is another one, but, yeah. Needless to say, his boss fight does also go back to, you know, the whole sort of chain of memories idea of, you know, basically revolving around the Doom spell. Again, in this case, he doesn't quite utilize the Doom spell quite as often as, you'd think, but yeah. I mean, I suppose part of that is because you don't have the reaction command to reset the counter, but he will use it on the odd occasion, so yeah, in lieu of having the reaction commands, Kingdom Hearts 3 pretty much has that blue armor phase of their boss fight for you to pretty much whittle down their health bar and, you know, ensure that they don't utilize some of their more powerful attacks. But yeah, needless to say, Marluxia was a pretty solid boss fight, and, well, I mean, up until I had to make this video, pretty much the only, boss fight of, you know, the organization data battles that I actually completed legit before having to do this playthrough, so, yeah. Before this, I did have one under my belt. But yeah, all that aside though, not really too much else to say. I mean, Marluxia definitely hits hard, and you know, he was one of the most powerful members of the organization, to be certain. You know, he does also have that ancient Keyblade legacy within him, so, you know, his skills as Laurium haven't gone to waste. And to kind of talk about what Keyblade he used, I believe he used the Rose Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts 2, which was what you got from Beast's Castle, so, yeah, a very floral theme. And again, churlish is a joke as I'm going to make in a little bit. You know the one. Although then again, everybody circa 2006 made the same joke about Marluxia. Yeah, the whole death symbolism with, you know, pretty and the pink flowers with, you know, the sakura petals. Yeah, in Japanese symbolism, that is also meant to be representative of death, so, yeah. Marluxia and death symbolism go hand in hand even before we found out who it was that had passed on. But in any case, though, the worst is yet to come.
I'm gay!
So yeah, this is pretty much where you need to whittle down the blue health bar. Since we have the Ultima weapon, we should be pretty good at that, but yeah, with the Doom counter slowly counting down, it does make things a little bit hair-raising, but yeah. Especially as we get towards the final phase of this boss fight where, yeah, the Doom counter, she be going down mighty tight. But yeah, needless to say, you don't need to care about sakura petals and death symbolism. Tee-hee hodl ha. He has pink and he's a man, he's so gay. Tee-hee hodl ha. Although, technically speaking though, wasn't pink considered like a masculine color for newborn, dudes? I'm not really too sure. Everybody is pretty in the pink, which means you're a target for mockery. Until today's day and age, where targets for mockery about being gay is celebrated. So you see, it's all swings and roundabouts. But soon, everybody will be gay and laughed at again. Such is its nature. Ha 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 ha. Although, I mean, hopefully, for the sake of human development and, you know, that ever-expanding mindset of tolerance and, you know, learning to love your fellow man, hopefully that doesn't revert to that way, because, yes, hatred and intolerance are unwelcome around these parts. But then again, this is the human species I'm talking about, so it's quite obvious that we're going to revert to tribalism, hatred of other people and slight differences. And, well, it just turns this idealistic young Sora that Solidus-Skully used to be into a sad man. It's like the Sandman, except Marluxia whispers in my ears about all the harrowing things that humanity has yet to do in the future. And yeah, as you can see, well again, it's kind of slowed down with, you know, the shot lock kind of thing, but yeah. That countdown is going down mighty quick with your Doom counter, so yeah, you basically need to take down Marluxia's shield right then and there, then pretty much destroy him outright. So yeah, pretty much just block his oncoming scythe, and then you'll pretty much win the day. But yeah, needless to say, this is the stumbling block I stumbled upon the most, and I imagine a lot of people did, as yeah, they dealt damage to Marluxia. Whew, just in time. So, who is our next foe? Ah, the lightsaber man, Xemnas. Who in this boss fight, he keeps on saying, Kneel? Kneel? Is that you, Kneel? Was it somebody that Xemnas knew in his past? Kneel? 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 There we go, he did it. Well, he did it a couple of times. I was just saying kneel to pass the time and give my throat a bit of a rest. But yeah, needless to say, Xemnas is sadly another boss fight I actually tend to die on, rather unfortunately, but yeah, either way, it is still a very fun boss fight against a member of the Organization 13, and yeah, so lonely soul, thinking that a heart is just pain. Oh dear. But yeah, in any case, as we fight against Darth Maul, which is a very likely possibility for Kingdom Hearts 4, but not Kingdom Hearts 2 or Kingdom Hearts 1, as people had lied to me and said. I mean, I know nowadays they were referring to, you know, the unknown boss fight from the Final Mix version, which was Japan exclusive at the time, but come on, it's not Darth Maul. He has a double-bladed lightsaber. This one is, like, two separate lightsabers, so shut the fuck up, whoever said that years ago into my fucking childhood. Oh dear. Using darkness to attack the nothingness? Gerblamo. But yeah, a lot of my strategies for a lot of these boss fights, again, if you haven't been paying attention, pretty much boil down to pretty much just, pretty much just boil down to attacking aggressively and, again, basically sort of timing my heals in, you know, whenever I can activate Rage Form, because, again, if you are pretty much on death's door, which is, you know, what Rage Form is technically used for, you pretty much activate a Rage Form, you pretty much end up in, you know, with complete health. You can't utilize any of your other magical abilities or switch to other Keyblades. Yeah, this is also the moment where you pretty much get peppered by bullets, so, whoopsie doodles. But yeah, Rage Form pretty much gives you a bit of a buffer in, you know, activating a secondary health bar. You have, like, a quick, aggressive darkness attacks. And then by the time your MP bar is refilled, you pretty much, you know, activate your risk charge mode, which pretty much diminishes your health in exchange for doing a bit more damage. And then when you get your final attack after utilizing all 3 risk charges, you then pretty much pepper the arena with darkness bullets, then quickly heal up, and then pretty much keep yourself in the fight. So yeah, it can be a bit of a pisser, and yeah, attacks like these are pretty they're very much there to, yeah, pretty much attack you. You're pretty much meant to block all of these, so yeah, somewhat sadly you don't get that sick as hell reaction command from Kingdom Hearts 2, but yeah, if you do allow yourself to get peppered, you pretty much end up getting completely stun-locked, and then pretty much get the stun status on you in and of yourself, so Sora has no choice but to kneel. And yeah, pretty much from that point, you pretty much pray to Xemnas pretty much kicking your ass, because those lasers will reduce you to basically 1 point of health, and yeah, since we already used up our Koopa coin, we are pretty much at the junction between life and fucked. And of course, beyond the fucked junction is the death junction. Yes, death junction. Something you can probably use in Final Fantasy VIII if you junction your spells correctly. Provided you have a Guardian Force, otherwise you can't junction at all. Kneel? Kneel? I really should be more adept at blocking, but again, as I said beforehand, there are a lot of feints and delays in their attack patterns, so that again, you can't block or rush spam anyone, so... Yeah, I mean again, it does kind of play havoc with your instincts if you're used to, you know, some of the earlier boss fights in the game, or even Kingdom Hearts 2 to that extent, so... It's very much just sort of there to catch players off guard, but again, it pretty much means that you have to get used to a whole different level of timing in order to, you know, properly hit the bosses, which is, again, it's a minor thing, but it does fuck you with your instincts just enough so that you sort of have to relearn your timing, which probably fucks with your instincts if you decide to go back to Kingdom Hearts 2, where you do have to properly know when their attack is coming and how to hit them. Dearie me. But yeah, that's about all she wrote with Xemnas in this case. So again, for the sake of itself, I mean, I do still have like a fair few elixirs and all that packed in, you know, just the sake of trying to, you know, keep myself in the fight. It's just that sometimes, again, if you take a hit and you try using, you know, a potion, ether, or elixir or whatever, sometimes it won't technically count it, so in that case you're pretty much going to make sure that you don't take a hit between when you select the item and when you're actually using it, because otherwise it won't count, and then you'll pretty much end up getting screwed over, dude. So yeah, you got to be pretty quick draw on that aspect. Poor Data Sora, he's being handed to him an ass buffet, and there's nothing we can do. Oh my god, it's darkness! Or rather, nothingness. Oh my god, we're being attacked by Neil? So many Neils? There's Neil, and Neil, and Neil? Oh man. Yeah, that being said though, it can actually be quite difficult to time some of these. I'd actually recommend utilizing the barrier guard from the Oathkeeper Keyblade, actually, because yeah, that pretty much gives you all-round defense, and I think lasts a little bit longer compared to what the Ultimate Weapons barrier does. But then again, I'm not really too sure. I'm just not very good at timing, and things can be a little bit harrowing. Oh, sweet crispy Jesus. And now the craving sets in. That being said, the craving of when I pretty much take a pummeling from all of these laces that Axel had suffered during his fight against Xemnas. Is this meant to be a Keyblade? Or some sort of joke? And this, I got stunned, and then Xemnas was like, fuck you, and then he killed me. This is all Neil's fault? But then I end up getting Xemnas right back. So it's all swings and roundabouts. So, yeah, after getting our ass kicked, let's use this computer, head back out into Merlin's house, and let's take a bit of a break as we enjoy the fine feather theatrics of the data greeting. So yeah, you can also go back out here and get a bit of flavor text if you want.
Oh, great.
I'm sure that Sora's data can handle anything, no matter what.
Squall. What a brosif. But in any case, this is the data greeting. Something you can access both in the Limit Cut episode and, well, also access in the main menu as its own separate thing. So, as you can see here, what data greeting basically is pretty much your posing photo mode. You have a vast majority of environments you can pretty much select all throughout the game. You do have specific characters that are blacked out depending on what levels you select and what you pick, so... Oh, that last area was a bit of a spoiler right there, but, well, you did technically see it in the secret movies, so, yeah, I guess you already know what it is, but, yeah, the important thing about here is that you can actually select some areas that didn't make it playable into the final game. In this case, you can either select, okay, you did technically go to the Realm of Darkness, but, yeah, you can either go to Radiant Garden, or you can go to the Destiny Islands, which is, quite snazzy, so, yeah, for the sake of, ending as we began, let us head back to the Density Islands. Or as it was basically an anagram for, it's Disneyland. Nice, sunny environment. As we drift ever onwards towards those sunny days. So yeah, basically you can select a whole bunch of characters, for example Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora right here. Select a whole bunch of different poses, select which specific keyblades they have, what expressions they have on their face. And basically I'd say if this game was released between like 2006 through like 2012, this probably would have been prime material for like a lot of machinima directors. Or whatever, to try and do like some of those old like Gmod pose sort of movies. You know, like those sort of things that you would have seen in games like Second Life or the Forge mode of like Halo 3 through Reach and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Just something where people probably would have made like funny meme-tastic movies utilizing the characters and different sorts of poses. I don't know. That's basically what this is for. Pose different characters, make them look cool, and utilize these settings right here. And this is the Keyblade that you would have gotten if you completed all the Classic Kingdom minigames. These are all the transformations, so... I mean, I did technically show it off, but yeah, sadly I didn't unlock it in-game to use. But either way, here you go. And you also get individual rage form transformations for each of your characters, so... yeah, how's that? Now, as for Destiny Islands itself, they didn't model the entire island, mind you. You only really get this little area to play, and even in that case, you don't really get to go very far. You don't get to go out to the ship. You pretty much just have this little beach area, and that's pretty much that. But yeah, it's nice to see Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora again with a sick-as-hell outfit. And I am pretty much cutting this down to size, because again, you can pretty much get as many characters as you want and pose them throughout their various combo moves, and what I decided to do was basically have Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora stab Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku in the dick. And yeah, that's pretty much it, with T-posing Dark Aqua, Shion there for some reason, and being refereed by the Guardian. Why? Why not? I just wanted to showcase off this fantastic little posing minigame. And yeah, this is Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku with his hairstyle from Dream Drop Distance before he had it styled after Yozora because, fuck it, Tetsuya Nomura wanted uniform styles, I guess. So yeah, I shall call it an abomination. Yes, the light spurts out of Riku's penis as Sora stabs it with his own Keyblade Gayblade. Oh yes, I am very mature. Okay, enough silliness. Back to the action. And it's here where we finally unlock two of the locked Keyblade doors that you can't unlock until you beat all the other organization members, so what we have here is a boss fight against Shion. And you know what, it is quite funny, like, I mean, again, the way in which Shion's portrayed throughout a lot of Kingdom Hearts, you know, throughout the story. I mean, again, it's easy to see her portrayed as like, oh, Tetsuya Nomura can't write women. I mean, she's so weak and girly. She's like, oh my god, Rox, it's just that I'm not meant to exist. But then again, just take a look at her here, and she is fucking kicking ass and taking names. I mean, again, she's got a very aggressive fighting style. She uses Strike Raid. You know, she's a woman after my own heart. A sister from the brother and sisterhood of Strike Raid. And honestly, she actually has some pretty powerful attacks. So, I mean, really, I mean, Shion's quite a powerful Keyblade wielder, so honest to god, yeah, she's earned my respects. But yeah, Shion is also a character to watch out for, not just because of the fact that she's aggressive in her fighting style and very powerful, but also because a lot of her light pillars can actually end up reducing your health. And I don't mean in the typical sense of just taking health away, I mean actually taking your health bar and reducing it to a very minute sort of size that you need to get rid of via a status effect by either transforming to rage form, or utilizing an elixir to get rid of the status effect. And believe it or not, there is actually a see, like that, our health bar was huge, but now it is all gone! But yeah, there is actually a pro code that actually does gradually reduce your health bar as the boss fight goes on. So again, I mean, if you want to play with stipulations, then the pro codes are going to be for you. But yeah, needless to say though, this boss fight against Shion is it's incredibly difficult, but also very rewarding. So, quite frankly, it's, yeah, definitely one of my favorites in the game, although, yeah, she is incredibly fucking difficult. And something that does actually make me very grateful for the modding community that Kingdom Hearts 3 does actually have at present is, yeah, actually trying to utilize a playable Shion, utilizing all the abilities that she has, you know, with those light teleport spams and all that kind of stuff. Again, it's quite good, and they've done actually... to kind of talk about the Kingdom Hearts modding community while we have it, actually, yeah, there was recently another mod that was actually released for the PC version, obviously, but yeah, Kingdom Hearts Another Road, which basically lets you play as young Xehanort, allowing you to take on all the different weapons and abilities of the other true organization members, so again, like, I mean, if you wanted to utilize Zigbar's shoot style with his, you know, arrow guns, you can. If you wanted to utilize Xemnas' double lightsabers, you can. If you wanted to utilize Shion's abilities, you can via that as well, so... yeah, good on Another Road, it's quite the interesting game. Well, a game, mod, whatever. Oh dear, now we get the reference to Shion's final boss fight, as we saw in 358 over 2 days. She doesn't transform into a giant robot, but she will kick your ass 6 ways from Sunday. Oh god. we went back to Kingdom Hearts 1, level 1 Sora. With the length of our health bar right there. But yeah, needless to say, I don't exactly get out of Xehanort's whole thing in one piece, and again, in a similar case to how I was defeated by Xemnas, yeah, I was basically... Well, again, if you pretty much take a shit-kicking from Xehanort right here, you pretty much wind up with, Sora going into a sun status and then Xehanort getting the drop on you, which, again, bit of a pain in the ass, but, you know, regardless of such, I do get my own back in the end. Grr. Angry. I mean, again, I say that in jest, but Xehanort's playstyle, pretty much being aggressive and never letting up, is pretty much the same as my playstyle in any video game, so as much as I'm laughing at Xehanort, I'm also technically making fun of myself, because she and I share the same degree of fighting style of, like, I'm gonna fucking rip your cock off, you fucking cunt. Oh dear.
Back at ya. I got lots of keyblades, Xehanort. What do you got?
Actually, she's got several powerful abilities, so I really shouldn't play mockery right here and now. But yeah, needless to say, this was a worthy battle. Mayhaps the best of them all. Well, I mean, again, I say the best of them all, but again, this is one I was actually feasibly able to beat. But there is still a fight yet to come in a video next time that I have not yet been able to beat. But again, that's pretty much going to be the final video, so yeah, this is very much the penultimate part of Kingdom Hearts 3, so... Yes, as everybody says, you know, it's been a long, rough road, but we're finally here. Moving inch forward, it feels like a year, but, yeah, for those of you sick to death of Kingdom Hearts 3 at this stage, don't worry, the end is coming in the next part. Yeah, depending on what sort of games I have lined up, you'll either be seeing Devil May Cry 2 at this point, you know, after I had a bit of a scheduling kerfuffle, not really being too sure about what I could get done and what I couldn't, but, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get Devil May Cry 2 out at least sometime in October. I mean, again, at time of recording, it's October right now, but, yeah, needless to say, things have been quite busy around here at the Solidus-Skully headquarters with, you know, a few personal life troubles that aren't really to be discussed here, but that's neither here nor there in this aspect. But, yeah, needless to say, getting things done, always a pain in the ass, along with the real-life elements interfering. But again, to go back to the realm of fantasy, yeah, Old Man Xehanort here. At this rate, he is pretty much unleashing the true power of the Kaiblade, and, yeah, I mean, something that does technically make me wonder. I mean, again, it is very powerful, and, much more powerful than what Xehanort was in his final boss fight, but one thing I do have to wonder, since he technically bequeathed Sora the Kaiblade, at this rate, does this mean that Sora would technically be able to use some of these abilities for himself? Or did the Kaiblade, you know, end up returning to Kingdom Hearts itself after the whole kerfuffle with, you know, defeating Xehanort was pretty much over with, and the clash between light and darkness pretty much ended everything? I mean, I'm gonna say yes, but I suppose it's entirely possible that Sora might just need to unlock the Kaiblade for himself, since Xehanort did technically bequeath it to him, so I guess he'd just have to, again, through typical Kingdom Hearts 4 grind, just get his powers back and then perhaps maybe unlock it as an endgame kind of weapon? I don't know, it would be quite cool to actually use the Kaiblade, but as a means of which, you know, it was bequeathed to Sora via Xehanort, you know, he was finally, you know, treated as a true Keyblade wielder, not just one as destiny left to chance. I don't know, I think it'd be quite sweet to, you know, see Sora at least get something to his name. But yeah, all the same though, it's a much more difficult boss fight against Old Man Xehanort compared to what you've had before, but yeah, I mean, compared to Xion, I don't technically die to Old Man Xehanort, so yeah, I really don't know what that tells you. Maybe Granddad should go back to the retirement home and, I don't know, catch up on his Wheel of Fortune, old Jeopardy episodes. Hey, Miss Pets, hey Jack. But yeah, in typical fashion, we also have Christopher Lloyd voicing Old Man Xehanort once more. And we do technically get to see his appearance again in Melody of Memory as a certain phantom that Kairi gets to do battle against, so, you know, they do get their mileage out of Christopher Lloyd, although, again, as I mentioned beforehand, hopefully there isn't a Xehanort curse attached to the role, because, Yeah, I mean, with the passing of Leonard Nimoy, Rukawa, I don't want to see anything bad happen to Ben Diskin or Christopher Lloyd before their time. I mean, they're both amazing actors and voice actors, so yeah. God, I wish them well. There we go, old man. The Ultima weapon versus the Ultima Keyblade. Or Key, Kai, whatever's your poison. I was actually planning on making the whole Key Kai thing a bit more of a running joke, but whatever. Yeah, you get the idea. Oh, dearie me. If you didn't have those multi-Kai Blade lasers, then I would win. Although I do technically win anyway, so... Acquiesced. But yeah, this is also, compared to the Remind DLC in the base game, yeah, this is pretty much utilizing all aspects of, well, what the Kai Blade seems to offer. Again, he's utilizing his darkness attacks, he's utilizing light. And, yeah, as you can see here, you know, with a reference to the organization chamber, yeah, he's also utilizing nothingness as well. Truly, the Kai Blade is the blade that keeps on giving. But yeah, that's pretty much all the attacks that Xehanort really seems to have at this present, so, I guess to talk about anything in terms of, well, anything else really, I guess what's coming, in terms of other games that I plan on covering, again, Devil May Cry 2 I do plan on covering at least for the Halloween season. I was initially planning on, again, because I wasn't really too sure how much time I would have, I was initially planning on maybe just, keeping things Kingdom Hearts 3 focused and then, you know, maybe having Resident Evil 5 Lost in Nightmares as like a short, snacky thing for the Halloween season, but, again, at present I am also in the middle of recording Sonic Frontiers, so, yeah, so that's probably going to go out the window a little bit, so, yeah, I mean, I do technically have the footage of DMC2 from, when I recorded the review, so, yeah, I can technically double dip and make that a little bit easier, and, yeah, after all that, I am pretty much going to cover Jak and Dax, the Precursor Legacy, because, well, I mean, apart from the fact that it's been like 8 years since I did the review, Christ, do I feel old, yeah, I've been feeling in a bit more of a lighthearted platformer mood, so, yeah. You'll be having a fun-filled game that's, you know, a little bit less Brogdon-Eggian than some of the ones I've been covering, like Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, you get the simplified world of Jak and Daxter, where the conflict of light and darkness is just that, with some cheeky Naughty Dog humor that they've been sorely lacking since Uncharted, even if that. Or even Maven. Airstep. Even this late into the game, you are so useful. There you go, Grandpa. Feel the pain.
See ya.
By the way, I'm looking at some of the... Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that, actually, yeah, Xehanort's a dual-bladed Keyblade. You know, slightly more accurate to Darth Maul. Yeah, it was actually based on a concept from Kingdom Hearts 2, where Sora technically would have wielded the Kingdom Key and the Kingdom Key D, basically being the light and dark counterparts to, you know, the basic Kingdom Key design. And that's what Xehanort's paying reference to with his double-bladed Keyblade right there. So yeah, it's quite curious how they managed to sneak in these concepts for, you know, other Kingdom Hearts games. Ah, continuity. But yeah, we're pretty much about to reach the end of the boss fights, and yeah, you don't really have an opportunity to save because you go right into cutscene mode, so yeah, enjoy the ending.
No sign of the boy.
What a bummer. Ah!
Fairy Godmother!
Oh, I hope I didn't startle you.
Not at all. What brings you here?
Well, dear, I was asked to come by Merlin and Master Yen Sid. Now, where is... Oh, Riku. Yes, Riku is his name.
Here, I'm Riku.
Why, it's nice to meet you. Now, I'd like you to tell me about the dreams that you've been having, dear.
Huh? My dreams? There's one. It was dark, and I was surrounded by tall buildings. I was looking around for Sora when I felt someone watching me from way up high.
And?
And that's all I remember.
Ugh.
But what happens next?
Oh, I know.
Huh?
Why Riku's dream?
Oh, because Master Yen Sid was worried. You weren't having any luck finding Sora. And because Riku had been in Sora's dreams before, he thought perhaps Riku just may be the key. That's why he and Merlin asked me to come here and look into his dreams, since of course dreams are my specialty.
So, Riku's dreams might hold the key?
Yes, dear. I'm sure there's something there that leads to Sora.
In my dreams?
And the other two.
And this is pretty much our lead into Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, which was a rhythm game that I may cover at some point in the future, but not for the time being. I'd imagine that everybody is pretty Kingdom Hearts'd out at this point, but yeah, this pretty much ends the Remind DLC, but we're not quite done yet, so join us next time for the final part of the Kingdom Hearts 3 commentary, and I'll see you dudes and dudettes next time. Bye-bye.